Happy New Year to you all and welcome back to my channel Chasing11. Steve and Aish, my journey to become a world-class sprinter. So we're going to look at sports psychology and peak performance, one of my massive interests in terms of behavior change and optimizing what you do. I've just been with my son to have a bit of a go on the running track, a little bit heavier, not just physically but legs as well. I think I had some extended time off. Now, what I want you to do, and this isn't just for track or sprinting or whatever your discipline is, this is literally for life in general, and you'll see as we go on with this video. Ask yourself a question. What am I bringing to the track? So what does that actually mean? Well, let me tell you what is quite often happening. We turn up at the track, we have a little niggle in the hamstring, the shoulder's tight, we've got a competition coming up, we're not sure if we can beat the person that beat us last season, we're worried about this, we're worried about that, it's cold, it's raining, we don't feel like it. Now there's massive consequences for you turning up with that proverbial rain cloud over your head. When I go to the track, now they're not near me and neither's the gym. I've got a professional track, they're about 45 minutes away, and luckily I've got use of one at the back of a rugby track, a little 4-lane thing. If you did 100 meters on it, you'd blast straight through the fence, so I'm limited. I can do 30, 50s and 60 intervals and stuff like that, which is ideal if I'm honest, because I'm not a distance runner, I'm a sprinter. So what I do is the time in the car traveling to the track, I'm not usually listening to music. I pay attention to what is actually happening in my world here, because it's very important and you can learn a lot from it and take it forward into your own world. I am visualizing my workout. I am feeling my foot contacts. I am actually analyzing my technique. I am seeing and feeling myself run. Where my foot is, where my hands are, my core activation, whether or not I'm going high knee, I'm sweeping through with the heel recovery. I'm seeing myself run and run good. But more importantly, I'm creating a feeling which I then attach to what I'm seeing as a visualization. Guess what? I feel good. I feel good about what I am seeing and feeling in the mind and body. And I know that it's a matter of time before I reach and can experience that state. What do you think that does for the workout? I'm having a good time before I even get there. Now, not just what do you bring to the track or the gym, but if we extend that to life in general and the many different areas and things that we're a part of, you can generalize that question in a very nice way. What am I bringing to this moment or now? I.e. the rocks, the bags on the back, the extra weight that maybe doesn't belong here. What am I bringing to this moment? For example, what am I bringing into my home after a day's work that should be left in the bin outside? Am I bringing anger home to my partner and kids? What am I bringing to this job interview? Am I terrified, talking myself down and guaranteeing I fail it? Or am I just seeing it as an opportunity to learn and grow? And although I would like the job, there really are millions more out there. This is not a definitive end of my life if it doesn't go to plan. And I think you can learn a lot from this, because having worked with many, many different people from all walks of life, the channel that you're living on, the dialogue and the stories that are happening that then create feelings that then lead to behaviors, you can actually set up for the win. When I have a training session, my journey to that venue sets me up for the win before I even get there. I focus on what I'm doing, I see myself doing it, I feel myself doing it and doing it well, and I get to create that experience that I then actually mimic in real time once I'm at the venue. As I did today, as I do every Monday I go to the track, I see the block start, the angle, the drive, I feel and almost hear the tap of the acceleration. Even now, guys, I'm loving this journey. I feel like I'm preparing for another training session. This is the level at which you can own this, and I cannot emphasize enough that when you are aware of what you are bringing to now, the home, the business venue, the gym, the track, the relationship, when you are aware of what could potentially trip you up, knock you sideways, and be that proverbial rain cloud, you are empowered with choices. So moving away from the track, what do you bring into now that is best left elsewhere? For example, what usually trips us up in terms of time, because we're time bound, we only can ever be in this moment physically, but mentally we can access our past archives and our future worries, despair, and everything not going to plan. So ask yourself, what is it that I am bringing to now which doesn't serve me? And be very honest here, because that gives you the opportunity to understand. When you understand, you have options: acceptance, responsibility, forgiveness, whatever it is, based on the situation and the people that were a part of that thing. Quite often when nothing is happening, and this is very rare, for example, you get to the track, you're getting changed, you're looking at it's in these moments that the demons can start to wander in. You forget to warm. I've done it myself. You forget to warm up properly and injure yourself. You're busy thinking and talking and setting up your phone and your music, and someone calls you and, oh, you know what? Pulled a muscle. I've injured myself. I've done it in a kettlebell competition years ago. I was chatting away to all the people I hadn't seen for so long. They called me. You're on in 2 minutes. Off I went and melted like a candle. I wasn't ready. So what are you bringing to this moment? Not just in the gym, the track, if that's your thing, athletics, it could be any number of sports. But you can expand that to, the world at large, shall we say. Your career, your relationships. What am I bringing to now? Because what that does is that hits the pause button. That puts you in neutral. And the observer perspective gives you the option of looking at what's going on, understanding it, being aware of the consequences, but empowering you to do something about it. So take a leaf out of my book, feel free. When I have a thing that's happening at some point in the future, my attention, my inner dialogue, my story, even my physiology, my emotion are all geared towards that being a fantastic experience. And it was today. And if I'm honest, I turned up with my son. We were both not feeling great. We've had time off. We've eaten more Christmas dinners than you can imagine. And thoroughly enjoyed it. I've not felt any guilt or shame at all. And we were a little bit sloppy, I think would be the term, a little bit sluggish, but then we weren't there for any personal best. We were there to have a basic interval 70% training session. It took me 30 minutes to get rid of a little niggle in the adductor kind of hip flexor, which is quite tender if I'm honest. But I was okay with that. What could have happened is it all falls to pieces because of this, and how am I gonna, and I've got that. I said, no, I'm in control here. If I can't optimize what I do in this session, that's fine. There's the next day. What I don't do is allow the small things to crush me. And I think this is very, particularly for the young athletes. You can turn up to a training session, you don't feel great, and your world collapses. You've got to realise that not only is this a part of who you are and what you do, in terms of your lifespan, it's a section. At most, great athletes do, 5, 10, maybe 15 years, depending on your sport, the life expectancy during that sport, and if I'm honest, how good you are, whether or not you make national, world-class or elite standard. So the awareness of peak performance, you can create the state that will optimize the training session. If left unchecked, and this is the real danger with the mind, if left unchecked, you're not aware of what's going on. You're basically running the story that is your default dialogue. Now, if that's one of worry, doubt, insecurity, injury prone, everything else, then you're really going to be setting yourself up for failure, which is unfortunately what a lot of people's default station is. Not good enough, it won't work, who am I to do this? And it goes on and it goes on and it goes on. I'm going to keep this under 10 minutes. I'm going to disappear now and recover. But ask yourself, not just at the track, but life in general, what is it that I am bringing to this moment And how will that affect me? What are the consequences? Because that then gives you the awareness to make choices and impact the outcome by being a creative agent rather than the victim to circumstances. Take care.